everyone. Welcome back to Necessary Measures, the channel devoted to my journey of rebuilding my real estate business. Thanks for joining in. Today, I thought it was fitting to talk about the objection handlers that I am using when I am cold calling expired leads. It's expired sellers. So I wanted to go over the 16 that I am using right now in my business. And these come from the Exactly What to Say by Phil M. Jones. And so it's been very helpful. I've seen a lot of progress when using these objection handlers. So I thought that it would be a great opportunity to share these with you, and hopefully they help you as well. Okay, so let's get into it. So sometimes when I'm calling expired leads, I'll hear the seller say, I'm not willing to, lower my asking price. And so to that, I would say, well, how would you feel if 6 months from now your home was still on the market? Okay, so a lot of what I learned from the Exactly What to Say is being able to ask better questions. That's something that I have struggled with in my, cold calling journey. I am someone that usually just takes someone for face value for what they say. And so, I'm ready to get off the phone. But the, people that have success in cold calling are really good, in my opinion, and from what I've observed, they're really good at objection handling. So I need to challenge myself to get better. And so that's what this video is all about. Okay, the second objection that I hear when I'm calling expired listings is a lot of people have already called and said the exact same thing. To that objection, I would say, I understand. I'm sure a lot of agents are saying they can sell your home in less time and for more money than the previous agent. Help me understand, why do you think your home didn't sell the first time you listed it? With these objection handlers, I am trying my hardest not to sound like I am reading from a script that is, rehearsed. It doesn't fit in with the conversation. The more that I use it, I know the better I will get at it sounding, natural, it having my natural cadence, natural flow in the conversation. But I have found success with asking these questions to these objections. So we'll keep going. Number 3, I'm going to relist with my same agent. To that, I say something like, well, how important is it that the next time you list your property, it actually sells for a price you're happy with? And with all of these objection handling questions, I get quiet after I ask it so that I can do a good job at listening. So, number 4, I'm not ready to relist. To that, I would say, most people in your situation feel that same way. They believe their home is never going to sell. But I can prove to you that we can sell your home for a price you'll be happy with. And then I engage in setting a follow-up appointment or an appointment. Okay, so the next one is when I encounter for sale by owners. This is something that I hear a lot. I might hear, I'm not in a hurry. And whenever I hear that, I could say something like, if I can prove to you that I will generate serious buyers for your home, would you be more open-minded to listing with me down the road? The key in that one I learned is, would you be open-minded? So that was a good one that I started using and incorporating into my objection handling. Another for sale by owner objection is the age-old, I can sell my home without you. Either they say it that bluntly or they say it in nicer terms. And to that, I would say something like, just out of curiosity, do you know why the average consumer sells their home for significantly less than when represented by a professional real estate agent? And then I get quiet just to see if they, have that knowledge, because though they have every right to, sell their home for sale by owner, there's a lot that goes into the real estate process that a realtor, a professional, realtor, real estate agent, the value that we can provide, and we do provide. So another objection that I hear is, I'm going to list with a discount broker. So to that, I would say, well, what's your experience working with a full service agent, such as myself? You can either leave out the such as my, self part. The next one that I hear often is that they don't want to be tied down with a listing agreement. So to that objection, I would say, oh, the good news is that I have a simple cancellation policy with my agreement. So if you're not happy with my services, you can cancel the agreement anytime. And when I am on my listing appointments, I actually show them the listing agreement, and I, help them with the terms. I say, well, we can do a 60-day agreement. We could do a 30-day. I've done 30-day agreements before. And basically what I say is, if I don't bring a qualified buyer in that time frame, and thankfully I have not had to go back on my word. I've always had a qualified buyer within the term agreement, so I've been pretty fortunate. So all right. Another for sale by owner one. And yes, I am looking at my notes. These are the notes that I use daily when I'm on my calls until it is like ingrained in my brain. So a lot of times, especially with this NAR settlement, commission comes up on the phone before having the appointment. They want to know, well, how much will your services cost? And a lot of times they're just not willing to pay a commission. So if they're not willing to pay a commission, and that's the objection that they give me, what I usually would say is, would it help if you only paid commission if we secure a buyer at or above the asking price? Kind of hard to say no to that. I've worked to secure a buyer. I have a payment structure in place to be compensated for that work. So usually a lot of these objection handling, scripts or frameworks are kind of common sense, but I know me personally, I do not remember these in the moment, but I will get there. By the end of the year, I'll be an objection handling pro. Okay, so another one would be, I hear this one all the time. Bring me a buyer and we can talk. Hear it all the time. And so what I say to that is, well, the good news is I work with a lot of serious buyers. When would you like me to bring one over? And then from there, we have a conversation. All right, so the next few are in no particular order, like expired or for sale by owners. These are just the common ones that I've been hearing lately. So they might say, I'm not in a hurry. To that, I would say, would you be open-minded to selling your home sooner if we found the perfect buyer? I'm just going to use Zillow. To that, I'll say, well, what's your experience with selling your home without guidance from a real estate agent? These kind of common sense, right? I really enjoyed Phil M. Jones' book, Exactly What to Say. And these, again, are where I got the objections from. And just, weaving them into the conversation, not having it sound like you're, a robot and, scripted. It definitely really helps. So another objection that I get is, I already have interest. Like, they're ready to get off the phone. They're like, oh, I already have interest. And so to that, I would say, just out of curiosity, did any of them put in an offer? I usually do the blink when I say it. Just, that's just my personality. So how did you get my information is, a lot of times what I will hear, especially when I'm cold calling. And to that, I'll just say simply, I'm following up as promised because you registered on my website. That's if they register on my website. Sorry. This one was one if they registered. If they did not come through like my website, and if it is an expired listing or for sale by owner list that I'm dialing, then that one, I would kind of switch up. I just grabbed a list of expired, homes that were unable to sell on the market the first time. I'm a realtor, have access to public records, things like that. One thing that I have learned when I'm cold calling, I do not lie to the sellers. Like, I don't guarantee, I don't make promises, and I don't lie because, like, why? I don't want to be caught up in something that just makes me look like am not the professional that I am. So I'm a realtor. I have access to public information. That is how, I was able to secure your information. And then from that, I kind of flow into my next question. Sometimes I get told I'm just browsing. And so to that, I try to say something like, well, I'm not sure if it's for you, but I have a few homes that are similar to the one you inquired about that I could share with you. Or instead of saying that you inquired about, these must be from like the website responses or objection handling. But I do always use that intro, like, oh, I'm not sure if it's for you, but a home in your neighborhood also sold at a similar price that yours was listed for the first time. Would you like more information about that? Could I share it with you? Something like that. And let's see. And then some of my buyer objection handlers, if I'm following up because they've been unresponsive, I liked this objection handling. This was for like leaving a voicemail. Hey, I'm not sure if it's for you, but I have access to homes in your area before they get listed in the MLS. Would you like me to share those with you? Give me a call back. Leave my contact information. And I always make a note in my CRM, and then I put a follow-up task. Checking in, seeing if you got my voicemail. These are for those like unresponsive leads, whether it's a, buyer lead, like I said. So those are the 16 objection handlers that I am using right now, currently in 2025, that are helping me with my business, and helping me to, generate more conversations. At the end of the day, I am trying to have as many two-way conversations as possible because I am, trying to grow my CRM. I'm trying to grow my pipeline and grow my follow-up. So those are the objection handlers that I'm using. Let me know what your favorite objection handler that you heard today was, and click on the subscribe button to subscribe to more videos from my journey. The next few videos will likely be me actively calling and being on the dialer. Hopefully, I get better response rates to that this time because before the holidays, people was just not answering. But that's okay. We're just gonna keep at it. I heard in a training before that a lot of times, a lot of times it's the simple things that you do consistently that you find success in your business. So I'm just trying to continue to stick to the things that I know works, and that is focusing on lead gen, tracking my numbers, and practicing roll calls, role play, objection handling, practicing that daily. I'll also try and get one of my colleagues to allow me to record our role play session so that you can hear how that goes for me. I don't do it every day yet, but I need to. That's how I've heard to grow my business. And if you have any ideas of what you would like to see, me partake in or doing, leave them below. Drop a comment. Let me know what you would like to see and what you think would be helpful. If you use it in your business to grow your business, I would love to, hear and learn more, learn as much as I can. So thank you for tuning in, and I will see you next week. Bye.